We're smoking chicken breasts. Let's go. Well, hello there. I am making bacon this week, right? And some of you are following along in that journey. It's day 2, so I have flipped my pork belly once already. But I'm looking ahead and I'm seeing some of your comments, and I understand where you're coming from. We're supposed to smoke this bacon in the end. What's going on with my apron? We're supposed to smoke this bacon in the end, and I live in Northeast Ohio. It has spent the last, I don't know, week or so snowing sideways. No kidding. And the thought of going outside to smoke something probably has my Ohio friends and Northeast Ohio friends in a tizzy. And I understand that. So what I am going to do is show you how to use my indoor, this is the indoor, who is this by? Nordic Ware indoor stovetop canner. And let me tell you why I bought this one, because I was looking for a canner when the first time I was going to make bacon. I guess I can get this salt out the way. There's a lot of shit in the way, huh? Regardless. So I was looking at smokers, and I was just going to go out on the back porch and tough out the weather. You know, I'm from Cleveland. I ain't no punk. I can handle that weather, right? But I was like, but if I don't have to, let's see what the options are. And I started seeing a bunch of indoor smokers, right? And that's great. But all of them plugged in, and I just so happened to come across this one right before I was going to pull the trigger on one that plugs in. And I was like, oh, wait. Because I am also very practical right now. I'm seeing a lot of things, right? I'm just seeing a lot of things. And I'm seeing things maybe differently than what some of my peers are seeing, because I started canning and preparing the house for a world in which we're not going to be able to access certain things because of political things that are happening in the country. So I just started preparing my house. And in preparing my house, I started buying things that if we are off grid, that we could still survive if we happen to be off grid for, I don't know, a month, 3, a year, you know. And so when I saw that this one was a stovetop indoor smoker, I mean, it doesn't have to be indoor, right? It could be over an open flame outside, right? But it doesn't require electricity is what I'm saying. So I got this one, and I said, okay, let me figure out how to use it. Now, I am also a person who is newly divorced. It's been just over a year, but prior to this, I've never had to use the grill or the smoker or anything like that. So I don't necessarily know how to do all of that stuff, right? Not that it's hard to do, but I just never had to, right? I just bring shit home and throw that on the grill for me. Put this on the smoker for me, you know. I don't have that anymore, and yeah, thank God. But I do have to now figure it out on my own. And so this is a great way to start, right? I've already smoked my first slab of bacon on here. I've smoked some turkey on here, and it's all been fairly easy. So I thought that I would come on here and show you guys how to use it, in case you're wondering, how will I smoke bacon, or how will I smoke ribs, or whatever. You know, this is pretty small, but it's good for, you know, small tasks. But bacon will fit on here. A slab of ribs, you know, you have to cut them in half, but they will fit on here. Burgers will fit on here. Chicken will fit on here. So right now I have some chicken breasts that I'm getting ready to smoke. I have them seasoned in blackening season. I'm going to smoke this and then put it in the refrigerator and slice it tomorrow for lunch meat. Okay. With all that said, and this was the perfect opportunity to give you the how-to, you know, how do you use this? So this is what we're going to do. Okay, all right, so come with me. It comes out of the package like this, and of course this is the top. Now it comes with instructions, of course. Now these are wood chips that I purchased outside of it. It did come with some wood chips. I don't know where those are though. It came with, give me a second, it came with apple, and it definitely came with, I want to say it came with hickory. I think it came with apple and hickory. But this is what it looks like. This is your smoker. Okay, so you take this tray out. Okay, and inside you have this tray that this is used to either catch the fluid that's dripping, or you can put liquid in here. Like if you're smoking something, you want to put some apple juice or beer or something in here, that's where you put it. And then your wood chips just go right in the bottom there. So it's fairly easy. Now I'm going to dry smoke this chicken. So with that said, I'm going to cover this in aluminum foil just to make it easy, because it's going to catch the drippings from the chicken, and I don't want to have to clean that up because it gets real ugly. I learned that from the first time. So I'm going to start covering this up with aluminum foil. Let me move this chicken. And while I do that, I will also try to decide which wood chips I'm going to use. So I like to cover it bottom up first. And again, this is going to make it super easy to clean. You always want to cover this with aluminum foil. If you're putting liquid in here, it's not necessary, right? Because it's going to just be wet. And it won't stick to the pan. So, but because I'm not adding any fluid, any juices or anything, I'm going to cover this. And then, of course, in the end, I'll show you what it looks like. You'll understand a little bit better. Okay. So we'll get this all the way covered up. Okay. Now, this is going to catch all the drippings from the chicken. So that's ready to go. All right, now, I think I want to use the mesquite, but I think I may have. I used the mesquite the last on the turkey. Let's try something new. I already used the apple. Let's go with, no, I used maple last time. Let's go with mesquite. So, you get your wood chips. And you only need, move all of this out of the way, because I really want to show you how much you need to go in here. So you only need 1 tablespoon of wood chips. We're just going to spread that out. Right. And that's all you need. Now, I always add a little bit more just because, I don't know, I'm anal like that. But you really don't need it. I always just do it just because. Okay. That's what that looks like. This goes right on top of it. And that is your indirect heat and the smoker chips that's going to basically cook this meat. Now, this is the tray in which your meat is going to go on. I'm just going to spray it with some nonstick just to make it a little bit easier. Nonstick spray. And I'm just going to put my chicken right on there. It's already seasoned and ready to go. Okay, now this is ready to go. I can put the top on and turn it on right now, but I just want to show you some more features about it. This came with a thermometer in there, so it shows you the temperature of what's going on inside of the smoker, right? And this is also a vent. So because I'm doing low heat, this chicken is about, it's about 1.5 pounds of chicken breasts. So it's only going to take about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So this vent, you can just turn it and it opens the vent and lets smoke out. But I keep it closed because I'm not smoking for a long period of time, so I don't need to vent it. I want all the smoke to stay in. I also have a thermometer to put into the meat. So give me 1 second. And this is I don't want to call it an unnecessary step, but I like to have a thermometer in there because I don't like opening the smoker, especially if I don't have to. This is not meat that I have to spray down or anything. I'm just going to let this go for what it knows. So these thermometers are wireless and they have an app. Okay. I'm going to be able to get that out of there. And they're very convenient. It came with 2. They're all charged. Every time I use them, I charge them back up. And you really just stick the thermometer, the probe, right into the meat. Let me find a nice thick place to put that in there. Okay. Now, you don't have to use a thermometer like this. Again, you can use a regular meat thermometer. Where's mine? This raw chicken. Hold on. You could use a regular meat thermometer. You can open up the top, stick that in there and see what the temperature of the meat is and keep cooking like that. Or you could also use the thermometer that's in here, go by what temperature it is inside, but then you would have to actually start your cooking time when it reaches the temperature of what the chicken is supposed to be. So that would take a little bit longer. And then the book also gives you a guide as how long, you know, the meat should take. So it says here that the chicken breast, we're going to use a dry method, and it should take about 25 to 35 minutes. I have found that this is not always accurate, but especially according to the temperature that my meat probe has, my thermometer probe has. So with that said, I'm just going to follow the temperature that the meat probe has. And let me see. Well, I'll show you the app because it tells you exactly how, what temperature is supposed to reach based on the meat that you're cooking. And that's it. That's it. But let me show you how simple it is to get this thing going. Again, I'm just going to put this top on here. I'm going to move it right to my fire. This is also okay to use on an electric stove. And I'm just going to go, you can't see me. And I get it. You're not here to see me. You're here to see the smoker. But I'm going to turn the, hi baby. Hey. How are you? I'm going to turn this on and let it heat up and let it go real low. I'm not turning up high. I'm taking my time with this. So we're going to turn that on now. Turn it on kind of low. And so just a couple of notes about the smoking process. We have a vent fan up here, it doesn't even work. I found that out when I went to go smoke the bacon last time. It doesn't work. So I was nervous about that, but guess what? I never even needed it. I do turn a fan on. I put a fan on, you know, just because the smokiness smell does exist. So it'll make you feel like it's smoky in the house because the smell kind of fills the kitchen. So I turn the fan on just to deal with that. I might crack the door, but you just don't even have to do all of that. However, those of you with a working fan above your stove, turn your fan on. You live in an apartment, you're worried about the smell, you're worried about smoke, turn the fan on. It literally just smokes right here. And I keep my vent closed so the smoke isn't escaping anyway. But if you were to want to open this lid, you can. I would say to give it the first 20 minutes of not opening it, because that's when the smoke first fills up. And if you release it, then you let some of that heat out too. So it just takes a little bit longer. But I don't need to spray this meat or anything. So I'm just going to let it go for what it knows. I will pull this up and put the thermometers on a timer, right? The app will tell you when it's done. So that's the nice thing about those thermometers. And then we'll just have some smoked chicken in, I don't know, about an hour or so. I'll show you when we're done. Let's go. All right, so we've come to temperature, and it only took about, I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention to the time. So I think that took about 45 minutes. It really didn't take that long. This is a beautiful thing. So let me turn this off. I've been hearing it drip down into the pan. Let me get another pan to put the chicken in. I can't wait to see. Let me see. I didn't rinse these tongs, so let me do that real quick. Get the raw chicken off of it. I don't feel like doing that. Instead, I'll just get some new tongs. Are we ready for our great reveal? Well, that's hot. Don't do that. Here we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, yes. Oh, and it smells so good. Oh my God. Oh yes. Y'all, this smells so good. It just smells so good. Oh, that smells so good. And you get the probes out of there. I'll give you a different angle so that you can see what this looks like. So I just took the chicken off of there. Probably should use this angle to do the great reveal, but we live and we learn. This is still really hot, so I'm gonna try to take this off using my tongs, just so that you can see what we're working with here. Okay, so this is where all the drippings went. That's actually not too bad. Like, there's a little bit stuck to there, but chicken is real juicy, so it's still really wet. But I've done the bacon, and it was caked on. Like, I had to scrub this mud clean, and that's it. That's what you got. Now all I gotta do is get rid of that liquid, get rid of that aluminum foil, clean that out real good, and pack it all back up until the next time I'm ready to use it. And that is how you use this Nordic Ware stovetop indoor smoker. I love it. It gets the job done. And you use it over an open fire. So even if there's no electricity, you can still use it outside on a propane or whatever. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. So it is linked to my Amazon storefront, which you can find at soulcanning.com. I don't really know how to work with my TikTok and my IG to see if I can link those things. But anyway, a story for another day. Go to soulcanning.com. You can click on my Amazon store there and find this very smoker right there on my Amazon storefront. So, and that's how you use it. See y'all later for baking. About what? 5 more days? 6 more days? I'll see you then.